Hello everyone, welcome to 5D chess with multiverse time travel. This came out on Steam like yesterday, and when I saw that it existed, I was like, I have to try this. But that was not until it was like bedtime yesterday, so we're doing it today. And I've seen a little bit of it on YouTube, but did not really come away with a very strong understanding. This game has no tutorial, as I understand it, and the rules are very dense. I think I have some idea of what's going on, but I'm definitely not a strong player. So this is like, it's like chess, right? Which I'm not a good chess player, but I know the rules. Even the kind of like weird ones that new players don't know. Not like I have the whole FIDE book memorized or anything, but like how the pieces move, right? This one has like branching timelines, and you can move pieces into alternate dimensions, and in the past it's wacky. Can you move them into the future? I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, so this is like, this here is the entire how do you play. It's all a giant wall of text. So when you move a piece into the past, it branches off a timeline. Fine. Make moves until the present shifts to your opponent. You can have multiple timelines going on at once, and I guess it can be your turn in several of them. Not sure about that. If you can't make enough legal moves to complete your turn, you're checkmated. Still don't know exactly what that has to do with. Attacking a king's past is easier than attacking its present. History can't be altered to change where the king was or to allow another piece to block the attack. Why not? I know you can't, like, reach into history and move the king, because you can't alter the past except by sending more pieces into it. But why can't you send another piece into the past to block it? Like, right? If you have a bishop pointing at my king, why can't I put something in between the bishop and the king? I don't totally understand that. The moves on each timeline always alternate between white and black. Use the history view or parallel view to visualize your moves without seeing your opponent's boards. Okay, sure. You can examine any checkmated position. Why would I want to do that? If I found a checkmated position, then like the game is over. I want to find positions that lead to checkmate and examine those, but okay. If a player branches twice before their opponent branches once, what the fuck? They've already branched too much? What the hell? Complete rules. Alright, what is checkmate? That's what I want to know. How do you lose? Or win? If a player has no way to end their turn, no way to move the present without leaving themselves in check. To move the present without leaving themselves in check. Okay, but what about the past? I'm not sure. For a single timeline, this is okay, yeah, ordinary chess. Multiple timelines, every combination of moves leaves them in check, and every time travel move also leaves them in check. A move that attacks a king's pass is a valid check. Okay. Available moves. So here's one thing that I did figure out, is that the, like, the timeline, yeah, so okay, this will be easier to show you visualizing, so we'll get to that. Why this question I understand. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Actually, what's the deal with pawns? Forwards towards your opponent's back timeline? Which way is back in time? Oh, I guess, I don't know, very puzzling. Unicorns and dragons? Okay. Moves to a piece to a board where a move has already occurred. Part of some timeline's history, sure. A new branch is created because you can't change history. The latest move on the new timeline is the time-traveling piece's arrival. If a piece is moved to a board where a move has not yet been played, there's no branch. Sure. Whose turn is it? And on which timelines must they move? Okay, that's exciting. A player makes moves as long as it is their turn in the present. The present is wherever the earliest board without a move is on any active timeline. To complete a turn, a player may need to make multiple moves to advance all the active timelines to the next turn. What? Why? I don't understand. The player branches. Okay. There's the present. The earliest board without a move. Because when I make a move in the present, right? But that advances the present to some other board state, and it might still be my turn in that present as well, I guess? I don't know. All right, we're just going to try a game. I thought maybe that by reading the rules, I would understand things better because the people on YouTube don't like to read the rules. But it is completely baffling. So, all right. We're going to play against the computer, I think. Practice is like you play both sides. We're going to play against a very simple, weak computer. Show me just standard. Is this... Okay. But I want to actually go back. I don't want to play standard because I understand there is a... Like, show me small. I want to get... Yeah. So this is a game that I can hopefully get a little bit more, like, understanding of the weird stuff that's going on. And, like, it's less involved than regular chess, I hope. All right, so what do you even want to do on a board like this? This seems like a good move because it lets my bishop point at the king, right? So give me this. All right, so I've made a move in what was the present here. And when I submit my moves, it will be my opponent's turn, and this will be the new present. Fine. And he takes it. That seems quite reasonable. I should probably retake, right? If I do this, I lose my rook for no apparent benefit, so we'll take away from the center. By the way, this game does have some sound and ambient noise, but it's really like, I don't know, it's not that amazing. And it's kind of just distracting, so I turned it off. All right, so here, again, I don't want to take this way. I can take with the queen, which seems fine. All right, also... Now, I should have some weird moves available with the bishop, right? Like, shouldn't I be able to put the bishop here? Moving forward along a rank and backwards in time, which is sort of like a diagonal. I thought that was how this worked. Parallel view? No. History view? No. This is all illegal. I don't know why. I don't know that I want to do that. But I thought I could based on my understanding of the rules. Anyway, I guess what I want to do is put my queen here. Oh, did I choose... Is that what standard small means? That there is no time travel allowed? But then why do we even show the... Alright, well, even if this ends up being stupid... Oh, that's kind of cool. I was going to say, they kind of like, they took away the defender of my queen, but I can just capture like this and my rook is still protecting my queen, so that's fine. Okay, and we're against a weak computer, and I'm up a rook. So unless some weird time travel rule appears, and I think I've accidentally selected a variant with no time travel rules, I should be okay, right? Oh, look, no, I can do time travel here. Why? Why couldn't I do it before? Why, now my bishop can do it as well. Right, that's what this means. I can go back in time. Why couldn't I have made a move like this before? Right, so I can say, oh, I want to go that way. And how do I... Okay, like this. And I can step through all the previous board states when it was my turn. And... as long as I move the bishop in one direction, as many steps as I'm also moving it back in time, then then it's a legal kind of diagonal move through the two dimensions time and rank. Or time and file, for example. Now, this doesn't seem very useful at the moment. I seem to be winning in this dimension. I don't know why I would go backwards to trade bishops, for example. But okay, we do seem to actually be playing the whole game. Now, also, it seems like my knight could capture this queen, right? If we look at the history view? Couldn't it? Can't I go here? No. Ah, right. Because I can't move one each in 3 different dimensions, rank, file, and time. If I'm moving only 1 in time, I have to move 2 in some other dimension, and that can't be diagonal. Got it. Okay. I still don't really understand why I couldn't do that earlier. I don't know, just put a rook on my opponent's back rank? How can that be bad, right? I don't know. Do I want to trade pawns? Not really. I'd rather keep it closed, I guess. Insofar as a 5x5 is ever closed. No, I want a view that doesn't include my opponent's pieces. Can I like... I can't do anything back in time with this rook. Why can't I move him to like here? Ah, because there's another rook in his way. He can't move through himself. All right. Weird. Well, I don't think I want to do anything with this rook then. This knight's not really threatening anything, but boy, I hate this pawn. He's just dominating my bishop and my knight, huh? I guess this knight is threatening my knight, and I don't really have any counterplay to that at the moment. I don't know. I could go back in time, but I'm not sure why. So let's just take a knight. And that was, I put the king in check. How lovely. So far, no time travel shenanigans have occurred at all, and we're on a 5x5 chessboard, and I'm just like lost. Not good at chess. I'm kind of like... Oh, actually, here's a... Oh no. I was like, oh, if I could move my knight in this position, it would be great, but I can't, because he got captured. I was looking at the wrong board. We want to look at this one. I just like, I have no moves of any value here, right? So it seems like I really ought to do something back in time here, but I'm not really sure what. Like, what if I just went and grabbed this bishop? That seems awful, doesn't it? Oh no, I didn't want to commit that move. I just wanted to see what it looks like. Anyway, so there he is kind of moving backwards. Yeah, so I could go here. So instead of recapturing his queen with my rook, I could teleport a bishop in and take his bishop, right? But this does not seem very good to me. So I don't think this is the move we really want to make. Because then he just gets my rook, and like, what have I gained from this? Not much, right? Okay, but I could do that. So maybe what I need to do... Right now, my dark square bishop blows, right? The dark squares are all messed up. So why don't I manufacture a white square bishop in another timeline? Go here. There was nothing urgent for me to do in this timeline, right? I could save the knight, but... Oh, actually, wait. Why don't I go like forward with him, like to here? Oh, then I'm protecting the knight even. So I've materialized a bishop out of nowhere in that timeline, and in this timeline I'm still winning. And this is a light square bishop, which I rather like. So let's take that play. And it's... Did something happen? Yes, he took my knight. That's fine. So let's take his knight. I'm okay with that. And now it's black's turn in both timelines. Fine. And what has my opponent done? Up here, he's pushed the pawn. Seems fine with me. I probably should get my king over there. Although these bishops are kind of protecting a little bit in a way. And down here, he moved his king away, but the bishop's still pinned. So this seems like checkmate, right? In this timeline? Except that the king can run away to a parallel dimension, I think. Right? So I go like this, if I want. And then this king is checkmated. But is there something cooler you can do with, like, dimensionality somehow? I don't know. I feel like I should cut off this whole area and geez, I don't know. It seems like I took this position where I was kind of in an okay spot but didn't really know what to do. And I just took a bishop away from it and like, great, I won this timeline, but what was the point? Don't I have to, I don't know. Let's see if this king's allowed to move out of checkmate or what. Can I plan his move or something? Yeah, he's allowed to leave. He can go to any of these spaces. So I'm not quite sure how to checkmate him when he can just go into another dimension. But okay. I guess we'll figure that out eventually. And here, I think bringing the king over is fine. I could scooch the rook, but I want the king to be able to step up to c2 or c1, depending on which of these pawns is pushed. So I think this is my plan. Okay, yeah, he did run away into the past. Okay, so what? Why didn't he have to move here? Ah, because now there's a present, there's a timeline where the present is earlier. All right, how exactly do you lose again? You lose when you can't make any legal moves because your king is checkmated, right? But... So I can't move like these pieces. They're in the past. Nothing I can do with them. But... Huh. Why is this square lit up? Is that where I moved my bishop from, I guess? At some point? No, that happened here. Why is... I still don't know why this is lit up, though. Oh, because... I see. It's indicating where the last move taken was, which was me removing this bishop previously. Okay. So how the hell do I chase the king? Right? Like, what? I could try to get my king involved. Okay, what can... Where... That pawn can't move. Where could this pawn go? He can't go here for some reason. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. So am I allowed to move this piece right now? If I wanted to, could I like go here? Like, I could. No. Yes? I could. I'm not sure this is productive. But I kind of see it as a step towards this dimension where all the kings are hiding. Right, like in this universe, I've won. There are no kings left. And I can just sort of start repatriating my wasted pieces into dimensions that need them more badly. But it's quite expensive to do so while also traveling into the past, I feel like. I should wait for these timelines to catch up so that my like my rook can knife across, I think. Right? Because this rook is very well positioned. As soon as black moves here, I can drop a rook onto this space by stepping not in rank or file or time, but dimension this way. So I don't know. I feel like here I just need to not do anything too dreadful. I've got things pretty well locked down up here. This pawn, and these pawns are what I need to control. So let's just take a quiet like king move, right? That seems fine. And black can't move from this world because that's still in the past. Eventually it'll be my move here. So wait a minute. Why then am I allowed to make a move here at all? If it's before the present. Right? Like, why can I do this? I guess by doing so, I sacrifice my right to move on this board and I let black take moves on this board? Ah, so maybe what I should do with this guy is like, I could move him, say, here? And then he's better positioned to attack the kings on this space and this space in the alternate dimension, right? Whose turn is it on this board? This is very confusing. I don't understand this board. Because it was my move, and now it's like highlighted in yellow like it's nobody's move. I assume it would be black's, so maybe this is not such a useful square to be on anyway. I just want to keep my right to move on this board, I think is the idea. So, yeah, let's just make a boring, ordinary chess move. Bring the king into action. I guess. So black has made moves on both of the places where it was his turn. Wait a minute. When I checkmated this guy, was it actually checkmate? Yes, because this pawn was still in the way. Somehow in this universe, that pawn's not in the way, so moves like this aren't checkmate. I'm not really sure how that happened. But it seems very good to me to take this rook over here. Right? Now the king like has to either run away again or else move here. Ah, but if I do that, I can't make any move on this board because receiving a rook is the move that it made. Very interesting. Okay. So these pawns are moving up. And I'm pretty sure that my king gets there in time to stop them, right? Two pawns by themselves can't promote. They need a little bit of help. Like a rook, that would be great, but you don't have a rook. And actually, on this board, I'm pretty close to checkmate anyway. It's mate in two because I can move my rook down here. So the king will have to flee, I guess, at some point. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. But here, I think I just want to... Well, this would be... I would just get my king captured, right? That's not a very good move. So let's go here. Okay. All right, so the king moved up. Ah, he wasn't... Was he not allowed to go anywhere because there were pieces in his way? I'm not sure. Oh, and this bishop is pinned, so I don't have to worry about him coming down and getting my king. I can blockade these pawns for quite a while. So this pawn can't go anywhere except forward. I still don't understand how pawns move, because it said you could move towards your opponent's back timeline, and I don't know what the hell that means. So maybe I put him in Zugzwang in this board by like not letting him move anything. I go up here, and if he pushes this pawn, I take it. He can't move the bishop, or I take the king. Maybe he runs away with the king again? I don't really understand. But so this seems like it's checkmate on the board. Which is great. And I guess he's going to run away again. So maybe I should be thinking about some way to actually screw him on a different board, right? Isn't this actually checkmate? Because one of his kings will be captured? He can only run away with one of them? And my rooks are both protected? I feel like this is actually game over, if I understand the rules, which I don't. And this bishop, I don't know, where can you go? You can go here and just increase the problem. All right, so that would produce these boards requiring moves. And I don't think there's any set. Now, that's kind of interesting because I dropped 2 pieces onto the same board. Ah, but they didn't arrive in the same place. Each of those moves forked off a different timeline. Yes. And right. So dropping a bishop in here doesn't actually do anything. Where am I? Where's my bishop? I got lost. Because on this board, like, oh, jeez, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should go up here somewhere. Here? Is there any reason that, like, this is better than this? They seem about the same to me. I don't know. I'll submit that move and see what happens. And now this pawn is still blockaded in that timeline. My bishop was being attacked. Not that I really... Actually, if he had promoted, that would have been pretty dire. But that now cannot happen. Okay, let's submit these moves. So there you ran away. I see. You've delayed the problem on this board by creating another timeline that has to make a move before it, I guess? What? All right, so what did you actually do? One of your kings ran... what? Okay, in this timeline, I just dropped the bishop in, and that seemed useful. Ah, but only one piece was in check in that universe, right? So that one ran away. To here? I don't see you. Where are you? What? I don't understand. There's no king. There's no king here. Oh, I'm so glad we're playing on a 5x5, you guys. Okay. I feel like I've missed mate in 1 like 8 times already. Because of all the like stuff you can do to attack kings in the past. Right? And also if you can checkmate them in the past, that's better than in the present because that means they have to move on that board right away. And they can't like do this weird delaying tactic where they insert some other moves in the meantime. I guess? I don't know. I just can't understand what move he made because there's no king here. This king just vanished. I don't understand. All right, I mean, I guess whatever. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this dimension now. I don't have to. That's in the future. We're working with the present, and this is the only board where I have to move. Advancing this bishop seems fine, but I wonder if by moving even further into the past, I could do something more productive somehow. Like move 1, 2, 3 steps forward, and therefore also 3 steps into the past? Or no, this board. You, right? I want to move you into the past. Can I... What's your past? Where do you come from? Show me the history view? The parallel view? No. This all sucks. History view. This bishop. What timeline did he originate from? I guess here? Maybe it doesn't matter what timeline he came from? Oh, so wait, I can go here and stay still, right? That's kind of funny. Back in time, I see. What I wanted to do was go back in time, like along the timeline that he originated from, and also forward along this rank, or this file. But I can't do that, because the timeline he came from is not the one behind him. And therefore it's not, like, straight. He has no immediate past. He only has this forked off past that he can't even get to. So I'm very not sure about what to do here. I guess I'll just move the bishop here? And now it's the present in this dimension, and I guess he's just going to find another way to stall, huh? So that he never has to make a move on this board? I'm very upset by this. Okay. Well, I mean, this bishop, I guess, could go back here and take this knight. I'm not really sure why I would want to do that. I feel like I want this bishop here to give me some presence on this board, but I don't really understand the strategy at all. So that king has fled. He fled here, but he forked off this timeline by fleeing there. I see. So maybe that helps me understand this move before. Yes, this king fled here, but of course couldn't change this position. Rather, he forked off this new timeline here, in which that's the king from the future. I see. So this timeline is accumulating a problematic number of kings, I feel. Can't I checkmate one of them? Come on. Ugh. All right. So there's 3 boards where it's my move. Surely I can do something with one of them, right? Like, I could take this bishop. Why can't I? I see. I forgot. If I wanted to move him here, that's sideways and backwards in time, and also forwards in rank. So that's 3 dimensions, which the bishop can't do. He can only make a 2-dimensional diagonal move. Well, this timeline, which was originally the one I was dominating, is getting very troublesome, right? Like, there's eventually going to be enough kings there to protect those stupid pawns. Like, I don't know, the bishop is still pinned, but I can't do much with my rook, can I? I could move him here. Or, I guess, indeed, here. That checkmates this king again, but he can just run away to another dimension. So you have to go get kings in the past if you ever want to checkmate someone, I feel like. Because present kings can always just sidestep into another dimension. Well, not always. If all the positions near them in other dimensions are also checkmate. But they have a lot more freedom than kings in the past. I'm just so baffled. Like, I mean, I could bring this bishop onto this board, but not in a useful place, right? I could just drop him here and get him captured, right? So I'm not excited to do that. What if I push this pawn? That's in the future. I don't have to worry about that right now. Like, I think pushing the pawn would be a fine move in ordinary chess because he can't take with the bishop and he can't take with... Yeah, the bishop's still pinned. You push, you take the bishop, you promote. Yeah. But I have to figure out what to do in this game, and I just don't understand what my priorities are supposed to be. I can't send the rook back in time anywhere interesting. I could send him here, right? Yeah, that's basically like the only dimensional move he could make is he could go here. But then this board, where my opponent has all these kings, is no longer under threat, right? This rook is doing a tremendous job right now of keeping all the kings corralled. So I don't want to do that. I think I'm just going to stall on this board. Like, I'll move my king just to make a nothing move. My position is actually very, very strong right here, I feel like, right? Until he drops another king in somehow, I'm in good shape here. And if he drops another king, he becomes somewhat vulnerable somehow, maybe? I don't know. What happened? Did I get checkmate? Ah, I did. Yes, of course. Because I finally advanced time until this was the present. I see. So remember, I had a checkmate on this board. And I said, as soon as he has to make moves here, he's dead. And all I had to do, I guess, was advance the present to here. And I was worried he could keep making moves that jumped further back into the past. But he has to do that before the present gets here. Once the present gets here, I have him checkmated. What a weird game. All right. Well, this has been a short episode. I think I will do at least one more video of this now that I sort of know the rules. But I'm not going to try to get another game into the same video. Oh my god, what? There's like indicators here of... These are like timeline indicators, I guess? Plus 3L? L? And this is... Oops, I adjusted the window size accidentally. This is T12? Oh, turn, okay. I see. So over on the right, we have the timelines labeled, and on the bottom, we have turns labeled. Okay. All right, finish game. I guess we got him. All right, I am going to do one more game of this, but it'll be in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.